In the verdant kingdom of Buganda, nestled between the majestic Lake Victoria and the ancient forests, lived a man named Kintu. Kintu, a proud Muganda, was known throughout his village for his wisdom, kindness, and an indomitable spirit. He lived a simple life. His sole companion, a magnificent cow named Mirembe, which means peace. Mirembe was more than just an animal to Kintu. She was his confidant, his provider, and his cherished link to the legacy of his ancestors. Kintu's home was a modest hut on the outskirts of the village, surrounded by a small patch of land where he grew bananas, yams, and cassava. Despite having only Mirembe, Kintu was content, finding joy in the daily rhythms of rural life. Each day he rose with the sun, tending to Mirembe with great care. Her milk not only sustained him, but also provided a modest income through sales to the villagers. One year, calamity struck the kingdom. The rains, which usually arrived with predictable regularity, were absent. The land, once lush and fertile, began to dry up and crack under the relentless sun. Crops failed, streams dried up, and the villagers faced a dire scarcity of food and water. The once bustling village fell silent, its people struggling to survive. Through these harsh times, Kintu remained resilient. He knew that Mirembe was his lifeline. Every day, he scoured the parched landscape for any remaining patches of grass to feed her, often walking miles to find a hidden spring or a secluded grove where moisture lingered. Kintu's bond with Mirembe grew stronger as they faced these challenges together, each relying on the other for survival. One morning, while leading Mirembe through a dry ravine, Kintu discovered a small cave. Inside, he found a hidden spring, its water cool and clear, a precious gift from the earth. Kintu and Mirembe drank deeply, their spirits and strength renewed. Grateful for this stroke of fortune, Kintu decided to keep the spring a secret, using its water sparingly to sustain Mirembe and himself. As Mirembe's health improved, she produced more milk, which Kintu carefully rationed. He shared the surplus with his neighbors, ensuring that the weakest and the children received nourishment. His generosity and wisdom became a beacon of hope for the struggling community. Slowly, the villagers began to pool their resources, sharing what little they had and supporting each other through the difficult times. Months passed, and finally dark clouds gathered on the horizon. The long-awaited rains returned, drenching the land and reviving the crops. The village sprang back to life, its fields once again green and fertile. The villagers celebrated with joy and relief, grateful for the end of their suffering. Kintu was hailed as a hero, not only for his survival, but for his selflessness and leadership. His actions had helped the community endure the drought, and his wisdom in finding and preserving the hidden spring had saved many lives. Mirembe, too, was celebrated, her steady supply of milk having been a source of sustenance and hope. Kintu continued to live in his humble hut, tending to Mirembe and his small farm. He never sought wealth or power, content in the knowledge that he had made a difference. His story became a legend in Buganda, a tale of resilience, generosity, and the enduring bond between a man and his cow. And as the years passed, Kintu's name was spoken with reverence, a symbol of the strength and spirit of the Muganda people.